fost doar un copil, am avut 12 ani. Da, eram doar o sclavă pentru ei.
In every corner of the UK, women and girls are being kept as slaves and sold for sex.
They are brainwashed, they are programmed.
Romanian girls are big business.
I have a 13-year-old girl right here who's desperately trying to get back to her 52-year-old Loverboy.
You're actually police officers. It's okay, don't worry, don't be scared.
With police in the UK struggling to cope, I'm on a journey through Romania to find out why this brutal trade is thriving.
Sunt domnișoara, am 15 ani și am fost sechestrată de către un domn. Veniți repede, vă rog.
Have you got some clothes? Where's your clothes, more importantly?
This is a rescue mission.
So there's 4 Romanian girls in there, all basically in the lingerie. It's just being used as a brothel.
24 missed calls.
They've been constantly going off.
Police suspect the women have been trafficked to the UK and forced into prostitution. They take them to safety.
Who does she pay the rent to then?
That girl is back in Romania.
Do you know her name? The stories are similar, but they're not. They are all saying they pay different money, they're all saying they pay different people. It does raise concerns for me that someone is potentially in control of that address.
But the girls won't say they've been trafficked. And because sex work is legal in the UK, the officers now have no choice but to take them back to the house. This is a familiar story. I've come to Romania to find out why so many girls are being trafficked and why they're so reluctant to accept help.
Okay, you come in.
At this children's shelter, they've all been lured into the sex trade by traffickers pretending to be in love with them.
The Loverboy method is the most horrible method of recruiting girls. There are recruiters in the schoolyards. They are planted in the school. And they talk to the girls. This guy comes and tells them, I love you so much, you are so beautiful, you are so smart. They want to believe it. It's easy to believe.
Mami, mi se termină gelul de duș și șamponul.
I have a 13-year-old girl right here who's desperately trying to get back to her 52-year-old Loverboy. When she runs away, she tells the police, I want to go to my Loverboy. He's 52 years old. I love him. They're getting younger and younger. The younger the girl, the easier it is for the trafficker to scare her. Now we have girls as young as 12. When they get to us, they started at 10.
After years of being trafficked in Romania, the girls are often brought to the UK, where there's more money to be made.
Am dat în hemoragie. Pur și simplu nu puteam să merg, nici cu în genunchi nu mai puteam să merg. Eram pe cale să mor.
Elena was rescued from a flat after being left for dead by her traffickers.
I've never seen anyone in that state before. She was repeatedly beaten. She had lots of wounds on her body. One of the consultants had estimated that she'd only had 48 hours to live.
She was brought to the UK by a man she thought she loved. We're meeting just a few months after her escape, and I can see how traumatised she is.
Același lucru, să te culci cu diverse bărbați.
How many men used to come each day?
Să zic așa, aproximativ, dacă vineau 10, 20, eram spionată din toate punctele de vedere. El știa tot. câți bani se fac, cum se fac. Într-o zi, dacă făceam 1000 de lire, toți banii care îi făceam, îi trimiteam lui.
Sex trafficking is rife in the UK. I don't think we've got anywhere near the true picture of how many victims there are there. It's got harder for us because it could be anywhere. We don't know where to go to, we don't know where to go and visit. The houses, it's just a normal house on a normal street. People will have neighbours who are victims of sex trafficking.
Detective Colin Ward finds women he thinks has been trafficked.
We're actually police officers. Yeah, it's okay, don't worry, don't be scared.
He tries to convince them to talk to him.
Where are you living? You're not.
It's his best chance at catching the traffickers. But it rarely works.
If there is anything going on where you're not safe, you need to let us know. Romanian women in general, there's very little trust in the police. I've been doing this for 14 years now. I can count on one hand probably how many victims have gone, I'm a victim, I need help.
I want to understand why Romanian women distrust the police so much. And so I've come to meet a family with a remarkable story. They're celebrating. Their daughter Andrea has just returned home after being trafficked 3 years ago.
Am fost doar un copil, am avut 12 ani. Da, eram doar o sclavă pentru ei. Făceam tot ce îmi spuneau. Au început să fie nevoie de bani. Și știau că singura opțiune este să mă prostituez.
Andrea's parents say they knew who'd taken her, but the police wouldn't help them.
La poliție când mergeam, nu auzeam decât că ei nu au ce să facă, că nu au personal ca să poată să meargă să o caute. Mergeam, ieșeam în oraș și o căutam cu mașina.
Eventually, she decided to rescue her daughter alone. She arranged to meet the trafficker by setting up a fake drug deal.
Deci aici e locul unde am găsit-o pe portbagajul mașinii. Și a deschis portbagajul, a tras-o jos. Ea era drogată. Vreau să vă spun că în portbagaj era drogată, nici nu putea să stea în picioare. Și acum, dacă mi-aduc aminte, văd acele momente în fața ochilor. Când știam cum copilul meu era acasă și cum am găsit-o.
Can you imagine somebody go to the school, take your child, you go to the police, nothing happened, you go next day to the city and the drug dealer smile in your face. How do you feel?
The local police force have told us they did look for Andrea, and they referred her case to a specialist anti-trafficking team. But then came a case that shocked the country. A 15-year-old girl was kidnapped on her way home from school. This is the call she made to the police.
Sunt domnișoara, am 15 ani și am fost sechestrată de către un domn. Vă rog, veniți repede, nu știu unde sunt.
Ai fost violată?
Da, am fost violată.
She was repeatedly asking, will you come here? Will you send somebody to save me?
Veniți cât mai repede.
And they were mocking her because she didn't know where she is detained.
Ia, uite-te pe...
A venit, veniți repede, vă rog.
Police didn't trace Alexandra's phone call. It would be more than 24 hours before they entered the house. By then, she'd been murdered.
The policemen in Romania, they usually don't pay much attention when a girl is missing because they think it's about human trafficking. and the investigation ends here.
How do you feel about the way the police have handled your case?
Poate n-au luat-o ca pe glumă. Dacă luau de serios de prima dată, eu cred că astăzi era aici cu noi.
Here is the candles that people are bringing from all over the country.
Why are people coming from so far?
To make the authorities see that we care about what happened and we expect something to change.
What's happened to her trafficker?
Nothing. Nothing happened to the trafficker. I mean, the mother went and filed a complaint.
Where is he?
But he's at home, doing fine. Yes, in my opinion, he should be charged and sentenced. He's 52 and she's 12.
What needs to change here, Diana?
Trafficking, it's an organized crime. As it is now, the income is high, the risk is low. But if you reverse the equation and you put them in jail for a long time and confiscate everything they have, then it's not going to be that easy to do trafficking. I think that they will think twice.
Over the past year, the Romanian government says it's made efforts to tackle trafficking. There are now tougher sentences for trafficking children. But on the ground, it's made little difference. I get a phone call from Andreas' father, who's working in London.
Hi. Oh.
How are you?
How is your daughter?
They took her again. We find out they are the same guys.
It must be so hard to have this happen again.
Yes, we sold everything, our company from Romania, to save our daughter. To stay home almost 2 years, to stay and save my daughter.
So the minute you left, they came for her?
Exactly.
I feel angry because I hear these stories for 20 years and we should have stopped this by now. The bottom line is that we don't care.